Okay, my guys, I'm making tacos. So, first things first, washing up, right? Okay, so that washing up is done, right? We're gonna pull the plug. There we go. And we are going to chop some spuds and put the oven on. Okay, the oven is on. Alright. Grab bacon tray. Yes, it's all oiled up. Yes. Okay. So, because we're having chips with the tacos. So, when you are cutting a spud into chips with a knife, you want the knife to be good and sharp, a nice big one like that. Gotta be really careful with your fingers, guys, but basically chop it in half lengthways and then do slices along lengthways. Realistically thin, not too thick, not too thin. Basically, however you want them. Gonna do slices along lengthways, and then you're gonna slice them into chips like that. There's a chip like that. Now you can just take the whole spud there that's in slices and just very carefully, as careful as you possibly can, chop it down. That. I do not recommend doing this unless you know that you're good with knives. If you're not good with knives, if you don't understand the basics of knife safety, I would recommend fucking learning them fairly lively, right? So the basics of knife safety is that, okay, I'm never cutting towards any part of my body. So when I've got my hand down here, my knife is not going towards any part of my hand or my body, okay? So I'm not gonna cut like that with my, see that? Right there? Where it could come down on my finger? I'm not gonna do that. I'm keeping my hand, all parts of my hand and all parts of my body are out of proximity from where the sharp edge of the knife is going to go. So I'm cutting down like this, and at the same time I'm aware that the knife can very easily slip. I'm never putting all of my force into the knife cutting, right? I'm never putting all of my force into it. I'm only cutting what's easy to cut. If it's not easy to cut and if it's slipping, then I'm taking a few pieces out and I'm cutting it with more cuts and just doing less pieces, just to make it safer, right? So I'm not cutting it. See that? Even if that knife goes down, it's not going to come in contact with any part of my body. Each stroke, I can do it quickly, but that's only with experience. See that? The way it slipped? But my hand was ready to move out of the way. It might look like I'm doing things quickly, but that's because I have experience and I know exactly where to put my hand in order to have it securely keeping the food item, the ingredient, still, while also being out of way of the knife. So that's, my hand's out of way of the knife there, see that? And if the knife is cutting close to my thumb or close to one of my fingers, like it's possible for the knife to slide sideways and actually come into contact with my fingers or my thumb, then I'm doing it extra carefully. I'm taking extra great attention and care of where the knife is going and how much pressure I'm putting into it and where it's slipping. I've been cutting spuds like this for the last at least 6 years, probably 7, maybe more, and I haven't cut myself once, and it's because I had an experience when I was maybe 17 or 18 where I was cutting a grapefruit and I was ignoring all of my knife training that I'd had. Like I'd been told how to cut things without cutting myself, and I was ignoring that advice, thinking that I knew better. And bottom line is, I cut through the grapefruit with the steak knife or with the bread knife, and it went through my finger, and it actually severed the tendon right there. When I was maybe 17 or 18, you can see the scar there. And that needed an operation for them to sew the tendon back on. And the local anesthetic was incredibly painful. They injected it into the base of my finger there, but it wasn't just an injection. It was an injection into the bone of my finger, and basically what it felt like was that they started the operation with no anesthetic at all. That's what it felt like. You know, it felt like they just started cutting into a finger and hadn't used any anesthetic at all. That's how bad it was. It's the most pain I've ever been in for that local injection. It was worse than what I did with the knife to start that injury. It was a lot worse actually. But that severing of my tendon was extremely painful, and the surgery was, the local anesthetic that they used was the most pain I've ever felt. It was on par with my bad tooth when that went bad. So I've got my spuds chopped here. I'm not using that one. I'm gonna put, as usual, how I do my spuds, my chips, oil in there. This is how I do them: salt, garlic granules, like that, pepper, like that, and hot paprika, like that. And then toss them up, mix them up. Get it all over my hands. Toss them up. Like that. Making tacos, guys. Making enough for today and tomorrow, to be honest. That's why I'm eating chips. I'm making enough for today and tomorrow. Goes further with chips. Then we're putting 4 sausages in there. These are vegan sausages. Let's do some onion rings as well. Like that. And I'm gonna put chips in there into that hot oven, and then I'm gonna turn on these hobs. And I'm gonna grab the biggest saucepan. And we're gonna grab a small saucepan. water in the small saucepan. And we're just gonna open this bag of rice. Having rice with our tacos. Whoa, I'm gonna drop it then. Open nice and cleanly for once. Pour the rice into the saucepan with the water. Like that. And let's put the rest of the rice in a sealable container. Fit in one container, so I'll have to fit in two. Third container. Okay. Containers of rice. Okay. So we're gonna Okay, got onions. Onions here, down there. Plenty of those. Mushrooms. In there. Plenty of those. Peppers. Down there. Plenty of those. And farmhouse mixed veg. Down there. Like that. Okay. Yes. Let's go. Okay. And then we are leaving this beautiful medley to heat up and go through its processes. Need that. So we have frozen vegetables, rice, chips, onion rings, and vegan sausages. It's all going to be lovely soon. Let's go. Okay, my guys, so this is bubbling, so let's give it a stir up. It's starting to heat up there, guys. It's not heating up at all. Make sure the hob is working. Yes, indeed it is. It's taking a while to get through because it's water and it takes quite a lot of energy to heat water up. Yep, we're about halfway done, I reckon. Okay, so that's definitely done. I'll turn that off. And vegetables here need a bit of draining. So let's drain them. Yeah. Yeah. Now, we're going to grab the frying pan, put that on the third hob, and we'll grab the tacos out. Tacos! We'll grab some tomatoes. And we're going to chop tomatoes. Very easy to slice them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They go into the veg. No, I'll do 2 more. Chop your tomatoes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Into the pot like that. Yep. Mix it all up. Mix it all up. The rice is nearly done. I forgot to add salt to the rice. Put the salt in there. Bit of salt. Okay. We're also adding some 3-bean salad. Because you can't have tacos without beans. No, you can't have tacos without beans. Having tacos without beans is like a film without a scene. You can't have tacos without beans. The rice is cooking really well, guys. Right, so we're going to turn off the rice and I'm going to stir the veg. Stir it up. Okay, I'm going to grab a plate, chopping board. The sink. Grab a plate, open the tacos. Okie dokes. 5 of those. Get rid of that. Just going to go. Taco into there. Now into the rice, I'm putting a bit of black pepper, and a bit of hot paprika, and a bit more salt, and some vinegar. Taco gets turned over. Taco number 1 comes out, taco number 2 goes in. Okay, let's give this rice a taste test. That is wondrous. Absolutely wondrous. Turn over taco 2. Stir the veg. And we're going to add tin of tomato, like that. Taco 2 comes out. Taco 3 gets added. Taco 3 turns over, and I mix up the veg and tomato sauce. God damn, I cook a lot of food. Now, into the taco 3 gets taken out. Taco 4 goes in. Into the veg, we're going to put a good load of hot paprika and some black pepper, like that. Taco 4 gets turned over. Some cayenne pepper into the vegetables. Some chili flakes, like that. Taco 4 comes out, taco 5 goes in, bit of salt into the veg, taco 5 turns over, and I mix up the veg, like a well-oiled machine this is. Taco 5 comes out. Okay. Let's give this veg a taste. That is quite incredible. Okay, so now okay. Whew. Bit of chips over there, onion rings and vegan sausages, like that. Oh, we're just done. This one there, guys. Okay. Now, rice goes on here. Rice. And vegetables, which are going to be my taco filling. Okay, that is it, guys. We're served. Let's put lids on these. Too small. Lid on that. Lid on that. Okay. That is it, guys. That is it. Right there. Yes. Let's give it a quick run through. Oh, yeah. That is magnificent. That wouldn't be out of place in an actual restaurant, guys. So it wouldn't. Get a bit of taco filling in this. A bit of rice. More taco filling. A bit more rice. A bit more taco filling. Let me skin it up. So good, guys, so good.